Hi, I'm Lexy B on Lexy Live. You know what today is. It's Tough Love Tuesday, my favorite. Tougher than usual on myself lately. Today especially as I think about a lot of things that are going on in my life right now, the garbage I want to really get out of my life. Not that many Tuesdays left to the end of the year. Hey, Brianna. As we do these Tough Love Tuesdays and we close the year, I want you to put more stuff into perspective. Because I am. Every single minute of every single day lately, I have literally been testing myself, testing my theories, testing the values in my life, and trying to understand how to make everything work. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, don't you just want life to just click? I don't even know if we really understand what our expectations of life are. It's just all we know is that we don't want to feel like crap anymore, right? And we don't want to let things in our life affect us either. Hey, Emmanuel. Michael, thank you for joining me. Okay, so I heard this expression, it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. And I certainly know what heartbreak is about. But I wanted to switch that phrase because, I do actually believe in that. When you're, in the most amount of love in your life, it feels amazing. It'd be a feeling that you wouldn't want to miss out on, in your life. Is it worth the heartbreak? Some people will argue no, but I think it would be better to have loved and lost than to have never loved at all. I think that statement is true. What if you changed the word love for life? Do you really believe that it's better to have lived a life with losses than to not really live a life at all? And now the question I ask you today, and I want you to ask yourself is, are you living the life you want to live today? It's a complicated question, isn't it? Has so many layers, personal, business, family. There's so many areas of that question you can ask because life is about all those things. So what I want you to ask yourself today, as you're being tough on yourself today, in every area of your life, I want you to ask yourself, is it the way that you want it to be? And how do you get yourself to a point where you want your life to be that way? Now, you could think that you want your life to go a certain way, and then life throws you some curveballs. But I want you to really go through, like you're assessing every area of your life today, okay? I want you to go through every single element and ask yourself, am I really happy? Are you happy? And if you're not, why not? There really is no excuse in this life not to push through to personal happiness. There really isn't. I can't think of one reason, one excuse you could possibly give me, no matter how hard your life gets, where you're allowed to give up on yourself. Because if you do, what's the point? Isn't that the life of not living? If you're literally just going through the motions every single day, okay, it's Monday, okay, it's Tuesday, okay, it's Wednesday, I have to be at work, and then I have to do this, and I have to cook dinner, and then that's it. You go to bed. Is that really a life you want to live? Or would you want a life of ups and downs where you learn from everything that goes into your life and it creates this incredible person inside of you and you build and grow into an extraordinary human being? For me, today, as I assess that question for myself, because there's a lot of things I miss in my past, there's a lot of people I miss actually, but I know that that's my ego hanging on to all of that stuff because they were never supposed to be in your life any further anyways. You really have no control over them. And if they left your life, doesn't that sort of question whether or not you deserve to have someone do that to you? And then you have to question your own worth. These are the things that you cannot and absolutely should not avoid asking yourself every single day if you want to live a better life in a higher level of consciousness where you can take on anything life has to get you. Because if you think that you can coast through life where nothing's going to go wrong as you get older, you're living a delusional fantasy. What I'm trying to teach you every single day through my experiences and everything that I've gone through and all the hell I've gone to and back is that it takes mindset and personal development and your commitment to yourself in order to get you to that point. Does that make sense? That you really need to push yourself to a higher level of consciousness so that you can understand how to take on life. And not only take on life and just coast by, but have extraordinary experiences. Because that is what it is all about. They can be good and they can be bad, but they are all experiences. And if you take life on with a strong sense of what makes you happy in your constitution, you will be able to experience life in an extraordinary way, even the worst moments of your life. You become even stronger if you're committed to yourself that way. I have a friend in Australia who has been there since day one, since I launched Lexy Live, and she just went from failed business after failed business after failed business. And at the same time, her marriage is falling apart. And so I was helping her through that whole process because she was really lost. And the great thing about her is that she always had an incredible spirit. Even when things were just really terrible, she literally was such a positive, happy person in my life. It was never doom and gloom. It was like, oh no, every day she would say something to me and I'm like, you're kidding me. She kept getting kicked and kicked and kicked. She separated from her husband. He moved back to Italy. Just when she thought she could get her life back together, her brother sets himself on fire by accident, and her and her mother are now dedicated day in and day out to making sure he survives. I don't get messages from her anymore. She's too busy rehabilitating her brother, who suffered third-degree burns through his entire body. So when I tell you that when you think life can be really crappy, it can get worse. It can get so worse that you forget completely how trivial that pain you thought initially was, right? You think a failed business even comes in comparison. I couldn't even imagine what that would be like if my brother was set on fire. And the only reason he suffered so many burns is because he was trying to save the house that she and her mother were in. I want to give you some perspective this Tuesday about how life works in really mysterious ways. And I know that story is an incredibly disheartening one, but she is still the same positive person, wishing me well, asking how I'm doing. It's about perspective. And I admire her. She's my inspiration today because I've never really heard her complain about anything. She tells me the course of her life, it's not a happy one, but her perspective and her energy towards life is really inspiring. I know in her private moments, she probably feels pretty shitty, hey? And I know that things can always get worse. But I'm trying to. This is our final stretch of 2017. If we're going to give any power to this year, right? Good or bad this year, I want you to take the advice that my friend Steve gave me. And I'm going to leave you with this, okay? When you run a race, you reserve, as an athlete, you reserve you get into the good zone as you're running. But somehow it's like this nitric oxide, that button you push. But inside of them, they push their limit at the very end and give it every single thing they've got. You know what that is, right? That last leg of the race. This is the last leg of 2017. I want you to pull every reserve power you have inside of you, and I want you to end this year strong. Can I get that commitment from you today? Can you share this on your page so we can spread that to everyone? This is Tough Love Tuesday. I want you to really ask yourself, what is it going to take for you to push yourself and to find that spare energy that you never knew you had and push yourself to have an incredible end of the year? No matter how crappy your life is, right now, you and you alone have the power to change the way you perceive your life. And then as you change the way you perceive your life and the people in your life and the things that happen in your life, you will then create the life that you want. Oh, my TV just turned on. Hold on a second. Does that make sense? That as you change the way you see your life, perceive the way life has dealt you your cards, you lay it all on the table, and then you ask yourself, how am I going to end this year strong? How am I going to end the year for myself? How am I going to honor my own happiness? And how am I going to find that freedom to carry you through to 2018? You only have a couple of weeks left. Christmas is the time where you get together with your family and stuff. I've been trying to get the message to you that people see what they want you to see. No, people see in you what you want them to see. Does that make sense? Show them a new you. Show them that you have found clarity in your life. Don't talk about it. Just show them. When your family sees you find inner peace, they will become aligned with you. I promise you that. The people that care about you in your life will only see that as an inspiration for them to do the same. And they will be nothing but happy for you, okay? So I want you to work towards that by the end of this year. Share this if you're watching on your page, if you want this message to resonate with others. If you're watching this on replay, please write replay. I have been really blown away by the amount of support that I have gotten this year. I am so blessed. I know that I can handle anything life gives me from this moment forward because I have forged relationships with people who will never, ever let me fail, who will never let me down. And even if they do, here's the clincher. I would rather have lived my life full of so many losses than to never have lived at all. I promise you that. Every single painful moment in my life, if it has led me to this minute where I share it with you guys, makes it so worth it. So I really appreciate all the love and support. It really puts my life into perspective. It puts everything I went through worth it. Dawn, Angela, Penny, Marley, Julie, Lisa, Michael, and everyone else who's joined me throughout this show, thank you so much for being there. I really do feel like 2017 has been an incredible year, and I am looking forward to 2018 being even better. So thanks for joining me. Be proud of yourself, you guys. Love yourself. 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day, 1 lifetime. God bless you. I'm Lexy B on Lexy Live. Have a wonderful day. Tough Love Tuesday. Get tough, you guys, on yourself.